Military Makeover is brought to you in part by ADT. We help protect what matters most. And by NBKC Bank. Live boldly. Bank simply.
Welcome to Military Makeover, the show that transforms the lives of a deserving wounded military veteran and their family. We're coming to you from Kansas City, the home of our recently departed fearless leader, Arlie Ermy, the Gunny. Now, though he's gone, he's not forgotten, and the mission continues as he would want it to be. So we're about to take on the Harrison family home and make it a better place for them to live.
Ryan Stanley is our construction manager. He's the heart of the operation, giving everything he's got to make things happen.
It's going to be amazing, that's all I can say.
Jennifer Bertrand is our interior designer. She's responsible for making a home for our veterans, a place to help them start a new life.
Here, how about this? You're in charge of just guiding the back.
And yours truly, my name is Art Edmonds. I coordinate all the partners and volunteers we need in order to make these dreams a reality for our veterans.
I know you're the one in charge. I'm just telling you what we need.
Together, we're Team Military Makeover, and this is Operation the Harrisons.
Army Sergeant Casey Harrison is a loving husband and devoted father to 3 stepdaughters in the Kansas City suburb of Independence, Missouri.
Casey was an Army sergeant and driver of the lead vehicle of his unit's convoy team. Their job was to identify IEDs, which meant he was constantly in the direct line of fire by enemy combatants. And on many occasions, Casey found himself under attack.
My first trip deployment over there turned into longer than anyone expected. Every time I went out, we had an IED somewhere along the convoy.
Through repeated close proximity explosions and powerful shockwave impacts, the resulting head injuries have left Casey with a permanent ringing in his ears. As a result, Casey requires the use of special hearing devices that help him drown out the relentless noise, while still being able to maintain normal conversations.
After I got home from that my memory and my attention wasn't quite what it used to be. It wasn't until just recently that the VA diagnosed me with a TBI. They said it was from multiple IED exposures.
As the problems of his deteriorating mental condition compound his sense of self-worth and self-identity, many of his lifelong friends and even some family members have abandoned him, making statements such as, "He's not the man I knew," or "He's not the guy I grew up with."
After the first time, I did all right after I got home. I wasn't the same person. And for years, I thought it was because of something I did.
Though his mental wounds overshadow his physical, Casey is also suffering from a number of physical ailments that make life challenging. And support is the one thing he isn't getting from the country he so bravely served.
We all thank you, all of us as Americans, for going over there and doing the work and the business of our country. So now we're here to help pay it back and to to show you how much we all care.
Over the past several years, we here at Military Makeover have introduced you to so many deserving veterans and their families. And this episode is no different, except that we have found 2 deserving families. And it turns out, they're the best of friends. These 2 families will be featured back to back in our next 2 makeovers. We flew them down to Miami, Florida to surprise them both.
All right, this is it. Let's surprise the family. Harrisons, Moyers. We brought you down here to Miami Beach because we told you we were going to give one of your families a makeover, right? And that's a lie. We're going to give both families a makeover. You're both the recipients of the next 2 military makeovers.
It's going to be an awesome journey together, and I couldn't think of anybody else that I'd love to share it with. They're a wonderful family, and I couldn't think of anybody else that deserves it more.
Well,
Really
what you just said is exactly the way we feel about all of you. Thank you for your service and sacrifice. Enjoy the guacamole. Crystal?
Hey, Art.
How are you? Look at me, I'm just letting myself in your home.
No problem. Good to see you again.
Yes.
I'm good.
You had a good trip?
Absolutely. It was awesome down in Florida.
Awesome, awesome. Where's Casey? There
Right
he
over
is.
here.
Hey, how are you?
Good,
Good
you?
to see you again, my friend. Hey, bring it in. There we go, all right. And who's this?
Elena.
Hi, Elena. Art, good to meet you. We had talked a little bit about how you felt like there were certain things you couldn't keep up with, that
Yeah.
needed a little bit of help.
Outside the siding and some of the sheeting that needs to be replaced.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw some of that when I came up.
Yeah.
Some of the paint is peeling, some of that siding looks like maybe
Some
they're
of the
missing a
trim
moisture
work's gone
barrier or
bad.
something. Do you have a dedicated space for yourself? I mean, where do you like to hang out?
So I'd go to the garage or out back.
Do you have a place to sort of display your military memorabilia, your family items, or anything like that?
No, I don't.
We have an unfinished basement.
Maybe we should go take a look at that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Where's that, downstairs?
Yeah, that's
All
right over here.
Okay, so this is the unfinished basement that is like a storage unit almost.
Pretty much.
Is this where everything ends up?
Yes.
So combination workshop slash comfort area, maybe a nice couch. You realize you're not going to be able to come down here once Casey has his own space, right? It's a man cave.
If the dogs are down here, I'll be down here.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll allow you that. Speaking of those dogs, they love to tear up that backyard, right? What would you fix out here? Obviously, the dogs have done quite a bit of digging, right?
We have just part of the yard that is theirs, and then I'd like to get part of the yard back.
You guys like to gather around out here?
We do.
I want you to meet somebody inside, and I want to talk about your kitchen.
Okay.
So let's go
All right.
inside.
Perfect.
Hello.
Elena,
Don't be scared. Don't
Casey,
be scared.
Crystal.
Let me start by saying your house is already nice and beautiful. Like, I want you to know that. We'll start with her, because I bet you're like, whatever makes her happy is good by me.
Pretty much.
That is always the safest choice. Describe your design style.
I like the old country feel.
There's a lot of things aesthetically we can do. I'm gonna ponder all of this. What I'd like to see next is living room and some bedrooms.
Okay.
I like that you laugh at all my jokes. This is not a small sofa.
No.
I feel like we can discuss while sitting down. Does it have recliners in it?
Just on the one end.
Oh,
Just
that's
on the
why
one end.
Grandma took that
Yes.
one. Okay, so Casey, what would you wish for the living room?
I want to get rid of popcorn ceiling,
Good choice.
upgrade my fireplace.
Oh, I love having a fish tank in the bedroom.
It's very soothing to him when he needs to decompress. The water trickling just kind of helps him relax.
I feel like he and I just made eye contact. We're best friends. And as I look around your bedroom, like, there are a lot of dressers in here. What would you wish for in your bedroom?
More space, but we really need to purge.
Don't we all?
We need
I
to
know.
purge.
This is your room, Elena. And you are how old?
I just turned 18 in January.
Congratulations, that's amazing. Okay, so you're living at home, and I see there might be remnants from childhood. This is a large bed in a small room, but is it needed to be, I mean, like, are you like, I sleep
Dogs.
like a starfish? Oh, the dogs again. I love how nostalgic you are, but I'm also like, you are now a grown woman, and I always call, like, when you do a bedroom for this stage of life, this is like you're creating your first apartment furniture. So let's get you like the mini apartment feel in here. Lots to think about. I feel like this is all great. I feel like I know you guys already by your home and your design, and now I'm gonna go ponder and think great things of what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be amazing.
All right, so it looks like there's a whole lot of work going on in here, and I know when there's a lot of work, there's a whole lot of Jennifer Bertrand, because this is her design, and I think it's a good time on day one to get an update as to what the overall plan is. Jennifer! There she is, lurking down the hallway.
This smile isn't real, just so you know.
Why?
Well, first, Ryan had to leave.
I heard. What happened? A family emergency?
Yeah, so, and like, of course, that's the most important thing in the world, but we have a lot to do. That means I lost a skilled person, and already people are like, black, what makes you think black's good?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, Ryan, you're in our thoughts, but the show goes on, the makeover goes on. You called someone that you know locally here in Kansas City, your friend Brad. I hear him right now.
Okay,
Oh,
Brad,
wow.
I want you to meet Art.
Hey, Brad, thanks for stepping in at last minute, man.
Brad doesn't even know the plan of what's going on. I just texted and said, start with cabinets. Just think, light, airy, open. It's gonna feel lovely.
It's like a little piece of Jennifer right in the kitchen. Bright, sunny, always optimistic.
Doesn't eat vegetables.
I've always wanted to say this to you. Show me the master bedroom.
Scary.
I mean, this is like Jaws. They are gigantic.
They have given permission to let the fish go to a new home because they are rather large fish, and we are going to get something smaller and easier to take care of. And it'll be my first fish tank design.
Well, Jen, it looks like we've made some progress in here. It's kind of gloomy and doomy in here. Is this part of your design plan?
No. So I want it to be decompressing, but I don't want it to be depressing.
Okay.
So we're going to add some cans and put them on dimmers so it can be like a calming space.
Very nice.
Then we'll figure out what flooring will work, and then we're going to start putting up walls, hopefully figure out a place for the dogs, leave some storage. Put in some lighting, paint, put in furniture, a bathroom.
You're really wearing me out with this list.
I know,
it's getting
right?
longer and longer.
I know.
Well, let's get out of here and let these guys go back to work.
Yeah. Good job. You're doing great.
We're doing something really, really cool, which is solar panels on the roof. We've never done this before on Military Makeover, but of course it comes with challenges. Hey, Brian.
Yes, sir.
Brian from Power Home Solar. You're doing the solar work. Thank you so much for being a part of this.
Glad to be a part.
But of course, nothing's going to plan on day one, right?
Not.
What do you need? There's something with the electrical grid that we need to upgrade.
Well, the main service panel here for this house is underrated for the size solar system that we're installing. So together with Eaton, we're hoping to get the materials and the products to upgrade that service to a good enough level to where we can install it.
Well, you're here, your crew's here. Let me make some phone calls.
Sure.
Eaton are great folks, and we'll get it done for you.
Oh, great.
All right, thanks, Brian.
Yes, sir.
We obviously have a lot of walls to cover with paint, so I'm glad Behr is helping us out. I know Premium Plus Ultra is a great paint, but sometimes it takes some tips and tricks to pull it off. No pressure, Matt. We're only judging how you paint. Matt's our next veteran makeover. So, Rodney, how is Matt painting?
He's doing a pretty good job. You know, the thing about the Ultra product is it's really hard to screw it up.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, it has a built-in stain blocker, so it covers really well, and it goes on very smooth. So
he's being nice to you. He probably has some tips for you.
there's always something that can be done a little bit differently or better, of course. So I'm noticing that there's a lot of rolling up and down here. You may have heard of a W technique. So generally, after you've got the roller cover loaded up, which right now we need more paint, because if you hear that smacking,
assist, Rodney?
yes, we say when the roller cover is talking to you, which it's kind of smacking back, that's time to reload.
Do you find that most homeowners do improper technique in painting?
I would say to some degree. I mean, not completely wrong, but there's always something that can be tweaked and done a little bit differently.
Well, the nice thing is the paint has such a good body to it that it really helps.
It does. And so if you notice, I'm putting it on in a W-type formation so that it completely spreads the product across a larger surface, so that when I go back to fill it in, it does a much better job of covering.
No pressure, Matt. Now you got to follow that.
Right.
Okay, so out of curiosity, what do you think of the color?
I love this color. I like it. It's a nice neutral color, so it can go with anything. It's definitely kind of what's popular nowadays.
Yeah, and I don't feel like you're lying to my face like everyone else does.
Not at all. This face doesn't lie.
You're going to fit in great, Rodney.
All right.
So we have the Behr Premium Plus Ultra Paint going on inside, but there is a new product out on the market. What is this and why is it so special?
Yeah, Jen, this is Behr's new revolutionary product. It's called Behr Premium Quick Dry. Quick Dry is the important part there.
Yeah.
It's a stain oil, so it can be put on decks and on fences.
The words quick and oil were never together, ever.
Yeah, that's always been kind of one of the problems in the past with the oils, is they take a very long time to dry. This is actually going to dry in 60 minutes.
And then one of the things that I think is really cool is that it could go on wood that is damp.
So if it happens to rain the morning of your project, no worries, you're still going to be able to finish up that same day.
Look, it makes like sad, tired wood have a breath of fresh air that it really needs. So.
It really does. It gives it a nice luster.
Well, we have a lot to do, so I'm going to watch Jesse do all the work. You're so smiley and nice while staining.
The solar panels were supposed to go on the roof, but we didn't have the right electrical panel. So Eaton, of course, with one phone call, stepped up, brought this great piece of equipment that you weren't expecting to bring. And we're going to save them, what, thousands of dollars a year between the solar and these brand new state-of-the-art electrical panel. Let's talk about this beauty right here.
In order to support the solar application, we had to install a new circuit panel. So inside of our new Behr plug-on neutral circuit panel, we have short body breakers that run a lot cooler and provide a lot of safety to the Harrison family as well. They're dual function, so they support both arc fault and ground fault technology, so that keeps the family safe while they're in the house.
That's not the only thing that we're doing electrical-wise inside the house, right?
We're actually installing new decorator light switches, receptacles, night lights in the house, GFCI night lights, along with some USB receptacles as well.
So I can see that Jennifer got a hold of you. And
she did.
She's doing all sorts of cool stuff in there. She always has great ideas.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you get back to work because this baby's going in the house and we got to get some solar action going.
Sounds good.
Appreciate it. Thanks for being on board with us
again. Thank you very much.
So our Kansas City military makeover at Crystal and Casey Harrison's house is underway. It's not without speed bumps, but we're making progress. We lost Ryan to a family emergency, but Jen has a great team in place picking up the slack, and we're moving forward. It should be a good one.
Coming up on the next Military Makeover, we're going to introduce the Harrison family to Taya Kyle from the Chris Kyle Frog Foundation. So stay tuned. Military Makeover is brought to you in part by NBKC Bank.